Hello everyone, मेरा प्यारा बच्चा लोग. So कैसे हैं सब? How are you all doing? And a very fine, a beautiful good evening to everyone here. So jaldi से everyone give me a small hi in this chat box and do also tell me how are you all doing and कैसे था? How was your day? In the chat box, I'm gonna look at it. Let me see. Hi Dilruba, hi Mithilesh, good evening. Hi Zia. Anjali, good evening. Where is the Josh? I want the complete energy from every one of you because you know that what is the topic we are going to discuss in today's session, right? So jaldi se bol de. What is that amazing topic we are going to discuss? Hi Dilruba, hi Ujjwal, hi Jia. A big hi to everyone. Amazing day, Miara. Good and happy to know that. Okay. Big hi once again to every one of you. So bacha log, just tell me what is that amazing topic we are going to discuss in today's class. From the topic of wave optics, we are going to discuss diffraction. You all know how much important it is, right? At the same time, the concepts are a bit tricky, okay, and a bit tough. So I think you all came prepared to make this particular topic so much easy because I came to make it super easy for every one of you. If you are also ready, let's get this particular session started and let's make it super awesome and with full of grade, right? And if you are seeing me for the very first time, this is Ameer, your physics educator at Unacademy, and a bit of introduction about myself. I hope you all can see it on the screen. Right, मेरा बच्चा लोग? What do you all say? Hi Jia, Preeti, Prabhat, Shalini, Dilruba, Anjali. अरे पहला दिन है क्या आप? Okay, we'll make it super good. Okay, we'll make it super great. Okay, very good, very good. So we'll proceed further. Hi, I always watch it recorded. Okay, so good to have you also live here, Amrit, along with me in this live class. Now we'll proceed, मेरा बच्चा लोग. ठीक है? Now I'll just show you the timetable for our classes for 12. So here we are on 12th of Jan, as you can see, dealing with the fourth session of our wave optics. Next session is on Friday. We don't have classes tomorrow. On Friday we have a class. What is it about? I think it's time for the Mega Mindy quiz, right? We have learned a lot much of concepts from this chapter. It's time for the showdown. And at 8 p.m. on this Friday, we'll be having the Mega Mindy quiz from the chapter of wave optics at 8 p.m. Don't miss it, mera bacha log. It will be helpful for every one of you. So I want everyone to be present there because I really want to see who is the legendary legend who's going to be coming on top of the Menti on Monday at 8 p.m. And then next class will be on Monday. TK, after this Friday's class, we'll be having a next class on Monday at 8 p.m. We'll be having the last session from the topic of wave optics. TK, chal raha hai. Telegram channel, you all know, if you want to get all the updates about whatever happens in our YouTube channel, the link for Telegram channel is given here and also in the description box. Okay? Okay, badhiya. Bugs Bounty, I think everybody might be knowing ye kya hai, what this is about, right? Because it's an amazing program which will help you to get lot much of prizes. What do you have to do? Description box jao. Okay, you'll find a form there. Fill the form if you're finding any inappropriate content in the videos uploaded by Unacademy. Valid हो तो बहुत सारा prizes मिल जाएगा आप सब लोगों को. ठीक है. Now देख ले बच्चा लोग regarding this Unacademy Combat scholarship test. If you haven't enrolled for this, if you haven't registered for this particular combat scholarship test, if you haven't written it before, let me tell you, you are missing a lot of benefits because those who written this already might be knowing what all they have enjoyed or whatever they are going to enjoy. Others bachcha log, this particular scholarship test is going to bring you lot and lot much of prizes. देख ले, the first rank is not only provided with a certificate with a gold medal, second with a silver medal, and a third rank with a bronze medal. मेरा बच्चा लोग किसको wait कर रहा है? Not just this, देख ले, for the first 3 ranks, okay, 1 year of plus subscription is given as a free. Others are given scholarship, okay. First 25 rank certificates, अरे बहुत सारा prizes are waiting for you. So आप क्यों wait कर रहे हैं? Why are you all waiting? Come and join and enroll for this Unacademy Combat scholarship test. But to have a free registration, don't forget to put in Amara code, the entire code for our physics family, which is AMB10. Okay, use this, get 10% of discount, okay, for this Combat scholarship test and enjoy your life being a part of Unacademy family. Moving on. Now, I am giving you a small task to every one of you. कर सकता है क्या बच्चा लोग आप लोगों को? Let me ask Purushottam, Evelyn, White Devil, it's cute Thania, Dilruba, Mithilesh, whoever is here. Okay, whoever is here, can you take that small task? Who is regular to my class might be already knowing what I'm going to tell you all. है ना? It's a small thing like I want every one of you to share the class to all your friends and ask them to join the class as soon as possible. Jaldi se, fatafat se, ask them to join. Okay, fine. Seems like so many are doing the spams here. What you all can do is like bacha log, whichever message hai na, you find it spam hai na, click on that, you'll get an option as block that person from your personal chat. Then you won't get the message from that person. Dekh le, problem is sorted out. Now, I'll just tell you what are the amazing features you all are missing if you are not a part of Unacademy Plus subscription. Yes, we are learning through YouTube and I say it's a great thing. Okay, it's an amazing thing if you are learning through YouTube, but there are some students, right, who need some personal guidance and mentoring directly from the teachers, right? Whenever they make some mistake, they want a teacher to tell them that, ha, bhai, ye galti kar raha hai, this is not the way. Don't you all require such an educator? If you need them, this is the best chance to be a part of Unacademy Plus subscription, because in this particular platform, you will be able to get this awesome feature because there is a live chat box, okay? There is live question box where you can put all your doubts and get it cleared on the spot whenever the teacher is taking the live class. More than that, okay? Still, if the doubt is not clear, there is a facility called as in-class calling facility. Matlab kya hai? You can call the educator on the spot whenever he is taking the live session and ask the doubts to the teacher and get it cleared. Aur kya chahiye bacha log? Okay, so make use of all this amazing opportunity and be a part of Unacademy Plus subscription platform and make an amazing result for the upcoming exams. I haven't completed, bacha log. Dekh le. Top educators of the country who's having a very good experience will be there to teach you. Because of their very huge experience, right? They'll be able to tell you what all question pattern you should be expecting, what all numericals and MCQ questions you should be practicing, so that you can make the best preparation for the exam. Just follow these amazing teachers, right? You are going to ace in all the examination and you will be winding up in the colleges whichever you are dreaming about. Study materials, practice tests, live test series, all these are just made to make you super confident and will bring the best from every one of you. If you go for 12 months, it should actually cost you 1,250. But do you need to pay that much? Bilkul nahi, because we have our code AMB10. Use this code, get 10% of discount and enjoy being a part of an Academy family. We have one more subscription, bacha log, which is Iconic. What is this about? In Iconic subscription, you will get all the features of Plus some extra features such as personal mentor. Matlab a person will be assigned to you, theek hai? That person will be there for all your academic activities and for the help of academic things. Once this person is assigned to you, you'll feel so calm and cool and study will not be a burden at all for you after that. Then live doubt solving classes, weekly reports, whatever you need, there it will be available in Iconic subscription. If you go for 12 months, it'll cost you 2,333 per month, mera bacha log. And do you need to pay that much? Arey bilkul nahi. You guys have our code AMB10. Use this, get 10% of discount and maximum offers while you make the subscription. Now let me tell you, this is the best chance mera bacha log to make the subscription. Kyun hai na? If you make the subscription for 12 months or above, extra 3 months of K12 subscription is given to you. Wow. So this is your opportunity. Make use of it. Okay. Jaldi se jaldi you can enroll for all the courses. ठीक है? ठीक है क्या? अरे हो गया, सब हो गया. Now it's time for our studies. Now it's only physics and Ameer sir is going to be standing in your way. Ready है तो बोल दे. If you guys are ready to start with this amazing topic of diffraction, okay, give me a smile in the chat box. We'll start right away. Yes, Mithilesh, I'm right here. You just need to give me a green signal so that I can start the class. Hare Sana, after a very long time. Yes, good to have you here. Tarnisharan, hello. Evelyn, always ready. Preeti, yes. Yokita, yes. Okay, you're my very old student. Good to have you here, Tarnisharan. Right? Good to have all these amazing and old students in the classroom. Okay, so everyone is ready. Am I ready? मैं तो बिल्कुल ready नहीं है क्योंकि I need to have a sip of water. ठीक है? अब आपका Ameer Bhaiya is super ready for the session to get started. Now still, if there are any lazy person out there who haven't taken the book and the pen, take it out, write the heading as diffraction, everyone right now. Okay, हो गया? Diffraction. Now by looking at this particular figure, you'll start scratching, अरे इतना ज़्यादा confusing है क्या? अरे diffraction तो confusing है. It's a complete theoretical topic, let me say. For the next 30 minutes, I'll only be explaining theory. If those who are not interested in learning the theory, I don't think there is no point of staying in the class. ठीक है? Now, if you stay with me for the next 30 minutes, I'll tell you, you will not have to spend any further time for learning diffraction after again. So shall I start? Everyone? Okay, here we go. In simple words, I'll explain you what is diffraction. I'll take a very small example first to make you understand. देख ले, this is a very big wall. Okay, a big wall made up of some walls, bricks and other stones and all. ठीक है? On this side, we have a person A, and on the other side, we have another person B. Now, if this person starts speaking, will the other person be hearing it? Obviously. How the person B is able to hear the sound produced by the person A? It is because the waves of sound produced by this person is bending around this obstacle, which is a wall, okay, and reaching the person B. And this is how the sound waves are reaching the person B, and that's how the person B is able to listen to its sound. देख ले, sound waves are bending. That's where you have to concentrate. क्या हो रहा है? Sound waves are bending across this obstacle. Similarly, the light waves will also be bending across the obstacle, and that bending of the light rays or the light waves across the obstacle, what do you call? What do you call in simple words? That is called as diffraction. Do you want me to write it here? Okay, I'll write it for you. The simple definition, right? The bending of light waves across or around, we can say across or around the obstacles. What do we call it? This process is simply called as what, मेरा बच्चा लोग? This is called as diffraction. ये होता है diffraction. ठीक है? Now, I think you need bit more of clarity on this particular statement. है ना? I'll make it भैया, है ना? We'll make this topic super clear, then only I'll leave. देख ले, we have a screen here. क्या है हमारा साथ? We have a screen. In front of the screen, I'm keeping an opaque object. What do we have? We have an opaque object. Now, we let the waves of light to move towards this particular screen. देख ले, light waves are moving ऐसे. Light waves जा रहा है, जा रहा है, जा रहा है, जा रहा है. Okay. What do we expect actually? We will expect that this opaque object here will be blocking this much of light waves, है ना? Will be making this as the shadow region, isn't it? And this much will be the bright region. This is what we expect. But what happens in reality is we will not only be seeing this much as the bright region, we will see a bit more part as a bright region. देख ले, थोड़ा और है ना? This much more region, we will see it as bright. Do you know why? Because the light rays which is reaching at the edges of this opaque object or at this obstacle will be bending towards the shadow region or towards the dark region. So this bending of the light ray towards the shadow region, once again, what do we call it? What do we call it? We call it as diffraction. This bending है ना, इसका नाम होता है diffraction. ये phenomenon होता है diffraction. I think no doubts are there from any one of you. समझ में आ गया? Concept समझ में आ रहा है सबको? जल्दी से बोल दे. श्रेया, प्रीति, अभिषेक, म्यारा, कोई भी है तो इन द क्लास जल्दी से फटाफट उठकर बोल दे, सर हाँ सर बिल्कुल अच्छे से समझ में आ गया. Okay, that confidence should be there with every one of you, isn't it? Yes, Myara, Yokita, Shivani, Sana, Mithilesh, very good, crystal clear. बहुत बढ़िया, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, now, don't you all want to know ये क्यों हो रहा है? मतलब why the light has to bend across the obstacle, don't you all want to know? ठीक है, let's us do an experiment and explain this particular concept or this particular phenomenon. Ready hai? Okay, ready to listen 10 more minutes of lecture and concepts? Okay, Sudeep dancer, array you added dancer to your name, officially dancer ban gaya even in the YouTube, Sudeep, right? Shraddha? Okay, hum ja rahe. Okay, now in order to explain the existence of interference, what we did, do you remember? We did an experiment. Array, yesterday's class only we did. Young's double slit experiment we did. है ना? Now, in order to explain this diffraction, in order to explain the existence of this diffraction or bending of the light ray, we are going to do another experiment. What is the name for it? What is the name? I'll just write it down. Red color अच्छा नहीं है ना for the black. We'll choose white. It is called as single slit diffraction experiment. What we are going to do मेरे बच्चा लोग? We are going to do a single slit diffraction experiment there. हमारे साथ दो slits are Young's double slit experiment was here. Now we only have a single slit, and by using that single slit we are going to prove this particular diffraction. And क्यों ये हो रहा है? Ready? Okay, here we go, everyone. Now everybody listen. Now the single slit diffraction pattern, let us look at the arrangements. Just like the name suggests, we have a single slit here. Maybe we can draw a bigger version of the slit so that everything can be explained here itself. Okay, actually the size of the slit है ना बहुत छोटू है, ठीक है? In order to explain and draw the figure, I have drawn in a bigger fashion. Okay, now in front of it we have a screen. In front of the slit, I'm keeping a source of light. What do we have? We have a source of light. Now, what I'm going to do, chalo, dekh le, what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch on this particular source of light. So, light aa jayega, prakash aa jayega, right? I think prakash means light only, I suppose. ठीक है? So, light comes out and it comes and falls on the screen by passing through the slit. Do you know what kind of observation we can make on the screen? Is it going to be a single bright spot over here? Arey, bilkul nahi. Do you know what we're going to get? We'll be getting exactly at the center, a central bright point is what we are going to observe. Now, on either side of the central bright, we will be having the dark points, okay, which we call it as first minima. Then after that, on either side of the dark region, we'll be having the first maxima, and this pattern is continued. And this pattern of light bands, okay, that is formed on the screen, we call it as diffraction or diffraction pattern. Now everyone will be thinking, sir, wasn't the same pattern we obtained for interference? Okay, are they the same? Bilkul nahi. I'm going to give you so much of differences with interference pattern and the diffraction pattern, but not now, because we have a lot much to discuss on this particular pattern itself. After discussing that, I'll give you so many differences. Actually, that is a new topic that is going to come, hai, the difference between this interference pattern and diffraction pattern. Bahut zyada hai. We'll start noting at everything down. For the time being, just think that exactly at the center we have the central bright, then dark, and then bright region. Okay, I know that everybody will be thinking, in interference we had two slits, right? Two light sources were coming, undergoes constructive to have bright, undergoes destructive to have dark. Abhi to nothing can happen like that here. Kyun? We only have one single slit. With one single slit, sir, how we are having bright and dark regions? Arey, इसीलिए मैं इधर हूँ. Shall I explain how this particular diffraction pattern is possible? Everyone listen. Everybody listen here, bachcha log, because now we are entering into one of the beautiful and very, very important topic. ठीक है? Let me tell you. Disclaimer, okay, and a precautionary measure. It's a bit tough. Thoda, it will be a bit tough for you to understand because the concept is very new to you. आप लोग ready है तो? I can start right now. Guys, you all are ready for that to listen to the concept? Okay, why ऐसे हो रहा है? जल्दी बोल दे. जल्दी बोल दे. It's complete concept. बहुत concepts है, ठीक है? So don't go sleepy there. ऐसे मत हो जा after listening to all the concepts. Ready है ना? मिथिलेश, सबरीन, योगिता, प्रीति, जिया, आना, श्रद्धा. ठीक है, everyone is ready. मुझे पूछना था. I just want to see nobody is sleeping out there. Okay. Light source आ गया. From the light source, light waves will be coming out. And we also have learned one more thing from Huygens principle. Along with light waves, क्या हो रहा है? हाँ, wave friends आ जाएगा. भूल गए? Wave friends, the locus of all points with the same phase, we call it as wave friends, है ना? And if we are having a point source, spherical wave friends will be coming. अरे wave friends आ रहे, wave friends आ रहे, and wave friends आ गया. Okay, and this is the wave friend that is reaching this particular slit here. After that, what is going to happen? After this, what is going to happen? देख ले. Now, do you remember from Huygens principle, one of the statement was all the points on the wavefront will be acting as all the points on the wavefront will be acting as what मेरा बच्चा लोग? Secondary sources. What is it? It will be acting as another source. मतलब ये point है, ये point है, ये point है, ये point, ये point, ये point, ये point. All this indefinite number of points will be acting as what? Yes, it will be acting as another sources. And from all these sources, the waves will be emerging. What do you call those waves as? Secondary wavelets, है ना? Yes, from all these sources, waves are gonna emerge out. मेरा बच्चा लोग देख ले. Will this color be good? We'll take yellow color. देख ले. Waves will be coming. It will be moving to the center. Waves will be coming. Moving to the center. Waves will be coming. Waves will be coming. Waves will be coming. To the central bright point, all these waves are traveling equal distance. मतलब path difference तो कितना? What is delta x to the central bright point? 0. So what will happen to all these waves? Array, they will be adding up. They will be undergoing constructive superposition. They will be undergoing constructive superposition, and when they undergo constructive superposition, क्या मिल जाएगा? We will get a bright point exactly at the center. And this is how we can explain the existence of central bright at the center of our screen. आ गया समझ? आ गया समझ? It's a very a bit difficult topic. Okay, that is clear. Now shall I explain how this point is becoming as a dark region? ठीक है? Shall I explain? देख ले. Everybody listen to me here. How this particular point is existing as a dark. Now, one of the light waves from the end of these edges is traveling to the point D. Now let me call it as S1. Another wave from the other edge of this particular slit is traveling to the same point. Let me call this point as S2. We know that we have so many waves emerging. We are not considering all those waves. I'm only considering two waves from the extreme edges of this particular slit. Now, we know that we can only determine a position, whether it is bright or dark, kaise, on the basis of, yes, the path difference. So, in order to explain further, we need to find out the path difference. What we need to find out, मेरा बच्चा लोग? The path difference to this particular point. देख ले, I'm marking this particular point as P. Okay, obviously it's a dark point. I'm giving a name to this point as P. What is the path difference to that particular point P? Delta x is equal to S2P minus S1P. I think I don't need to explain you path difference क्या होता है ना? Path difference मतलब difference in path traveled by both the waves while reaching to a point. ठीक है, ये S2P minus S1P का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? देख ले. In order to find S2P minus S1P है ना, I'm just going to draw a normal ऐसे. Okay, I'm just going to draw a normal to the from S1 point to the S2P point. Now, देख ले. This angle I'm marking as theta. As everything is very close है ना, I'll be marking this also as theta. Now, once you have dropped a normal here, you can say that this S1P, and if you mark this as a point N, can these two be equal? Obviously. Okay, as everything is very small, we can approximate that S1P will be equal to NP. I hope it's visible there, isn't it? Right? So if S1P and NP are equal, tell me S2P minus S1P क्या होता है? अरे it will be this remaining region है ना, this much, मतलब S2P होता है, S2N होता है ना? The path difference will be S2N, this part. Okay, tell me ये S2N का value कितना होता है? अरे ये थीटा है तो can I mark this also as theta? कर सकता है? कर सकता है? Yes? Okay, now I'm marking this as theta. If this is theta, this will be hypotenuse. This slit width, I am marking it as D. Okay. What will be sine theta? I am writing it here. Sine theta कितना होता है बच्चों? देख ले. Sine theta opposite, that is S2N divided by hypotenuse, that will be हमारा छोटा D. Or let's mark it as A. We don't have to get confused है ना. We'll mark it with A because D is used in the double slit experiment. ठीक है. So S2N क्या होता है? A sine theta. So A sine. Now we got the formula. We just have to write a simple formula for explanation of why this is a dark point. There is still a lot much is to go for the concept explanation. First thing first, path difference का formula मिल गया. What it is? A sine theta. Path difference का formula मिल गया. A sine theta. Is it clear till this part? अरे क्लियर है तो जल्दी बोल दे हाँ सर, बिल्कुल. ओके, इधर तक सब क्लियर है. ओके, माफी मांग रहा हूं, बहुत ज्यादा कॉन्सेप्ट्स है, बिकॉज यू हैव टू बेयर विथ मी. देयर इज नो अदर वे ऑफ लर्निंग दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, क्योंकि ये कॉन्सेप्ट ही होता है. ओके, यस 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 Tharan, yes, I do remember. Okay, crystal clear, right? Hal, Mangal, Amrit. Okay. Okay. Arey, someone is asking, sir, ये theta क्या होता है? अरे theta is the angle made by the lines drawn to the point with the horizontal. वो होता है theta. ठीक है? This is A sin theta. Clear है ना? Clear है ना till this part? Okay. Now let us proceed further and understand this. Or I think we should take a new page. Okay. We'll do it here itself. देख ले. Now, बच्चा लोग, what we got? We got path difference is equal to A sin theta. कोई doubts है क्या इधर तक? No, right? We got the path difference is equal to A sin theta. I'm redrawing the figure once again. Now, if the path difference to this dark point, if the path difference is equal to lambda, suppose, okay, I'm not telling it is lambda, suppose if this path difference value A sin theta is equal to lambda, do you say that it is going to be a bright point? Because we have learned that if the path difference is lambda, it has to be a bright point, right? Do you believe in that? Arey, we cannot believe in that, or you cannot say that. Do you know why? Kyun nahi? Why cannot you say that if the path difference is lambda, we can say that it's a bright point? Arey, the path differences between these 2 points which are at a distance of A, are these the 2 waves only existing? Arey, bilkul nahi. We have this wavefront here which consists of so many sources, and from each of the sources waves are emerging, which means we have tons and tens and millions of light waves coming. Until all of these waves emerging forms constructive interference here or constructive superposition, we cannot say it is a bright point. Okay, so in order to explain further, do you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do, देख ले, कुछ ना कुछ कर रहे हैं मैं, देख ले. What I'm going to do, you will find it a bit weird. What I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to divide this particular slit into half. Okay, I'm going to divide this particular slit into half. After dividing, you can see that for every point in the first part, there will be a point in the second part which is at a distance of A by 2. Do you agree? Array total is A. Okay, now you divide into two. If you take 1 point, there will be a point in the second part where the difference between them or the distance between them is a by 2. Okay, you do all believe with me. If the distance between the point is a, path difference is a sin theta. If the distance between the point is a by 2, path difference कितना होता है? A by 2 sin theta, है ना? Once again, we have considered initially 2 points which are at a distance of a. What was the path difference? A sin theta. Now if you consider 2 points which are at a distance of a by 2, the path difference will be a by 2 sin theta. अरे a sin theta lambda है तो a by 2 sin theta कितना होता है? What we can say? अरे waves emerging from this and this point is making a path difference of lambda by 2, so that will be undergoing destructive interference. Similarly, if you take any point in the first part, there will be a point in the second part which is at a distance of a by 2. If they are at a distance of a by 2, path difference will be lambda by 2. So then they will be undergoing destructive interference. So similarly, all the waves will be undergoing destructive interference at this point. We can have the dark region or the first minima here like this. Is it clear? अरे समझ में आ गया सबको? आ गया समझ सबको? जल्दी से बोल दे. Is it clear? I know that the concept is a bit difficult here, the method, but this is the only method that is available. है ना? If the exam is subjective, you will have to write it like this. ऐसे ही करना है. ठीक है श्रेया, म्यारा, शिवानी, adorable चुकी, दिल रूबा, तानिया, मिथिलेश, सना. Okay, so आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया for everyone here in this class. बिल्कुल भी doubts नहीं, कोई भी doubts नहीं. Okay, now understood how dark region is formed, right? Don't you also want to see bachcha log how the bright regions are formed, how we are having the first maxima point here? Don't you all want to know? ठीक है. Before going to that, we can make an equation here, है ना? What is the equation? If a sin theta equal to lambda, we are getting a dark point. So whenever the path difference delta x is n times lambda in diffraction, interference में it is totally different, but in the case of diffraction, if it is n lambda, tell me what kind of point we get. We get dark points here. This is very important मेरा बच्चा लोग, बहुत important है, बहुत important है, बहुत important है. Right hand. It is just the opposite. Interference or diffraction, things happens in the opposite way. Write it down. I told you there is a lot much of difference between interference and diffraction, and this is one of the difference. हो गया, काम हो गया है ना? Now shall we explain how we are having the brighter points? अरे for the past 34 minutes we were only explaining concept. अरे थोड़ा minute और है ना? After that we will start with the concepts. ठीक है? ऐसा ही है, मतलब this diffraction has to be conceptual. There is no other way. Okay, moving on. देख ले how we can explain the existence of a first minima point. We'll draw the figure again. This is a slit. Okay, so this is our screen. Let's say this is a point. We have the first bright point or the first minima point. Now I'm drawing lines from the edges here which are at a distance of a. These 2 points, if they are at a distance of a, the path difference, we know that how much it is? A sin theta. Suppose if the path difference of a sin theta equals 3 lambda by 2. What did I say? If the path difference is equal to 3 lambda by 2, let's see what kind of superposition happens here. ठीक है? What I'm going to do? I'm going to divide this exactly into 3. First part, second part, and third part. Tell me how much will be the distance of the width of each path here. Total is a. If you divide into 3, each will be a by 3. Okay, ठीक है. फिर क्या करना है? If you take 1 point in the first part, there will be a point in the second part, okay, which is at a distance of a by 3. What will be its path difference? If the distance is a, path difference a sin theta. If the difference is a by 3, path difference कितना होता है मेरे बच्चा लोग? a by 3 sin theta. ठीक है? If a sin theta is 3 lambda by 2, a by 3 will be 3 lambda by 2 by 3, which means lambda by 2. मतलब क्या है? मतलब क्या है? Which means for every point in the first part, there will be a point in the second part to undergo destructive superposition. मतलब all the waves emerging from the first two parts will be cancelling each other. बिल्कुल नहीं हो जाएगा. Now there is one remaining part here, which is not where there is not another part to cancel the waves. So what happens? The entire waves of this part will be making this point as a bright point, because the waves emerging from this particular part is not being cancelled. समझ में आ गया? So this is how we are having the first bright point here, and this is the explanation. Is it clear? समझ में आ गया? मतलब from the total part of A, only 1/3 part make this point as bright. ठीक है? So 1/3 part make this point as bright. So will we be having the complete intensity? अरे बिल्कुल नहीं, will you only be having 1/3 intensity at this particular point. Clear? अरे clear हो गया? Clear हो गया? Clear हो गया? Okay, I think you need one more example to make this concept super clear. What do you all say? Okay, I think one more same thing. We'll take it with another case and we'll try to explain. Shall we do that? So that you'll get a more better clarity. What do you all say? Shreya, Sudeep dancer, Nitesh, Preeti, Srishti, Jaiswal. Okay, everyone is like, हाँ sir, बिल्कुल. Yup, you are good to go. जाइए. ठीक है. हम तो जा रहे हैं. देख ले. Same. देख ले. We have our pen by आजा. ठीक है, pen by आ गया. So here we have our slit here. ठीक है, and here we have our screen here. Obviously, if this is having a width of A, and if the path difference to this particular point A sin theta is equal to 5 lambda by 2. Suppose A sin theta is equal to 5 lambda by 2. Matlab, let's say there exists a point where the path difference to that point is 5 lambda by 2. Let's see what kind of point we get. For understanding this, what we do, can you tell me to how many parts we have to divide? To 2 parts, first option. To 3 parts, let's say to 5 parts, or none of this. Tell me, to how many parts we have to divide this for the explanation whether to get this particular point as bright or dark. आप ही बोल दे. I'm going to ask every one of you. Let me see how many of you got the concepts. Srishti बोल रहा है कि 5. Okay. Others you can also express, then I'll confirm with the answer. योगिता भी बोल रहा है sir it's 5. और कौन? और कौन? और कौन? ओके, अड्रॉबल इज लाइक 1 by 5. हाँ ठीक है, समझ. 5 मेरा 4. अरे क्यों? क्यों भाई क्यों? 4 ऑप्शन भी नहीं है, ऐसे ही बोल रहे हैं. योगिता, प्रीति, सुदीप, सबरी. अरे यस, वी हैव टू डिवाइड दिस इनटू 5 डिफरेंट पार्ट्स. देख ले, हियर वी हैव 5 है ना, सो वी आर जस्ट डिवाइडिंग इट बाय 5 डिफरेंट पार्ट्स. देख ले, हाउ मेनी पार्ट्स? 1 2 3 4 and 5. So what will be the width of each and every part? Total width is A. So the width of each of this part will be A by 5. So, देख ले, if you take first part, there will be a point in the second part, which is at a distance of A by 5. Okay, what will be the path difference of 2 points with a width of A by 5? If it is A sin theta. If it is A by 5, वो होता है A by 5 sin theta. A sin theta is 5 lambda by 2. A by 5 sin theta कितना होता है? 5 lambda by 2 by 5. मतलब lambda by 2. मतलब अरे भाई नीचे आजा, नीचे आजा. देख ले, देख ले, देख ले मेरा बच्चा लोग. Everyone listen to me here. For every point in the first part, there will be a point in the second part where the path difference is lambda by 2. What will happen? These two will be cancelling each other. Look at the third part and fourth part. If you take a point in the third part, there will be a point in the fourth part, which is at a distance of a by 5, where the part difference is lambda by 2. So these two will undergo destructive interference. What will be remaining? Array, one part will be remaining where there is no other part to cancel the waves originating from there. Okay? So what will happen to these waves? This waves will make this particular point as bright point here. Ab samajh mein aa gaya? ठीक है, but is the brightness going to be the same as before? No. Here 1/3 what part was there to make it bright, but here from the 5 parts only one single part is there to make this particular point as bright. Now will the intensity be same? No. Once we go to a brighter point away or with a larger part difference, the brightness or intensity decrease हो जाएगा. Okay, and obviously here we'll be having the bright. Clear everyone? One last thing, what will be the general path difference in order to have a bright point here? That will be equal to n plus half lambda. If the path difference in general is equal to n plus half lambda, क्या मिल जाएगा आप लोगों को? जल्दी बोल दे, अरे जल्दी बोल दे, क्या मिल जाएगा? You will be getting a bright point here. Okay, yes, is it clear? Is it clear? Matlab, in the case of one more thing we got it, right? One more thing we got it. In the case of diffraction, okay, each and every bright points, as we move away from the central bright region, its का brightness कम हो जाएगा, brightness कम हो जाएगा. Okay, in the case of interference, what we have learned, अरे brightness or intensity was same, लेकिन here brightness चुकू चुकू, ये चुकू चुकू क्या है? Okay, brightness is going to decrease, right? Ale Taran, thank you so much. Okay, good to know that. Be in touch, okay Taran? Right, means a lot. And say hi to your mom also. Okay, hi Sabrine, Mithilesh, Anna. Array, with a smile, clear everything. Shrishti, Crest, Sudeep Dancer. Okay. अरे कोई भी डाउट है तो जल्दी पूछ ले. We'll have 5 more minutes of concept. ठीक है, I know that I'm keeping on dragging about this concept, है ना, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, लेकिन ये तो बिल्कुल 5 more minutes, उसके बाद questions ही questions है. Okay, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. So shall we start? Oh my god, you're so cute. Maybe I can. ठीक है Chris, thank you so much. Vanakkam. That's what you say, right? Array, yes, Anna, you really say, well said, because it's very good. I'm so happy to see all my students 2 years before and still they do recognize me. That's something so awesome. अरे आज पोंगल था. अरे I'm really sorry, right? I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So if it's Pongal today, I didn't know that. I'm really sorry. Okay, happy Pongal to all the amazing students here. Enjoy your this festive season with full of colors and happiness. Okay, whatever the festival it is, you should be happy. Okay, now बच्चा लोग, shall we proceed? Shall we proceed मेरा बच्चा लोग? It's very simple concept. छोटू सा 5 more minutes का काम है, उसके बाद तो हो गया. Okay, देख ले. Everybody just be with me now. Okay, देख ले. Now, if you want to have the benefits of staying till here, till now, you should be waiting for the next 10 more minutes. ठीक है, 10 नहीं, 5 more minutes, वही बाकी है. What is left to find out? अरे, the width of the bright bands and the dark bands, that is only left to be found out. उसके बाद we'll start dealing with the questions. ठीक है, देख ले. Once again, we have the single slit here with a width of A. In front of it, we have the screen. Exactly at the center, we have the central bright. Then on either side, we have the dark, right? We call it as the first minima. Then we have the first maxima. Both are brights here. Okay. Then again, we have the dark on either side. It's SA. This keeps on going, right? Okay, this is diffraction pattern. First, what we are going to do? First, we are going to find out. देख ले this particular angular separation of the central bright band. Here we have the first dark, है ना? Here we have the second dark. मतलब till these 2 points are reached, what we will be having? अरे till these 2 dark points are reached, है ना? We'll be having the bright points at all these positions, है ना? मतलब this will be the width of the central bright band. What we are going to do? First, we are going to find out the angular width of this particular central bright band. कर सकता है? कर सकता है? Yes. देख लें. We know that if we mark this particular angle as theta, the angle to the first dark point, what is the formula? For the first minima, A sine theta is equal to lambda. Lambda is for dark point. Don't get confused because we are discussing about diffraction, not interference. A sine theta lambda हो गया. ठीक है? Which means sine theta value will be equal to lambda by A. ठीक है? Fine? Okay. Now sine theta value, if it is lambda by A, and if this angle is very छोटा है तो, if it is very small, tell me, we can write sine theta will be approximately equal to what? Theta. And this theta will be equal to lambda. Matlab, this angular separation, which is acting as the width of this particular central bright band on the above part, lambda by A ho gaya. Similarly, don't we have a similar part at the bottom also? Yes. So tell me, what will be the total width of central bright band? Lambda by A to the top, lambda by A to the bottom, it will be 2 times lambda. Okay, so just now we have figured out, or we got the formula for the central bright band ka width, that is 2 times lambda. It is 2 times lambda by A. Is it clear? अरे clear है तो जल्दी बोल दे. Clear? Okay. My next question. In interference, we have learned that this particular width, it is going to be constant. But in the case of interference, is it going to be the same? Is the width going to be a constant in the case of our interference, in the case of diffraction also? Matlab, is the angular width going to be 2 lambda by A throughout? Matlab, the width of the bright band, the width of the dark band, is everything going to be the same? Arey, bilkul nahi. That is what we are going to discuss now. Okay, hi Zankit, Mankal, adorable, Sudeep. Okay, last concept, nothing more after this. 3 more minutes ho gaya hamara concept. It's full of questions waiting for us. Okay, it's full of questions waiting for us after this. Everybody just listen to me here. Dekh le. Now we are going to find out which color will we choose. We'll take this color. We are going to find out the width of the first bright point or the first maxima. Okay. Dekh le. Now here we have the first bright point. Until it reaches the second dark position, okay, and in between the first dark position, we only have the bright point. So this region will be acting as the width of the first maximum. Okay? How can we find this out? It's very simple. First, you find out the angular width to the second maxima. Let me call it as theta dash. We already know this theta, which is the angle to the first dark point. Then can't you find out this angular separation, which will be corresponding to the first maxima? Can't you do that? Yes, first we'll find out theta dash. Theta we already know. Theta dash minus theta will give you the width, the angular width of this particular bright band. शुरू कर सकता है? शुरू कर सकता है ना? देख ले, what is theta dash? अरे theta dash is the angle to the second dark point. Formula क्या होता है? A sine theta will be equal to the second dark point. If it is first dark point, it is 1 lambda. If it is the second dark point, it will be equal to n lambda. N will be equal to 2 here, right? It is going to be 2 times lambda. ठीक है. फिर क्या? Now you know that Sin theta will be equal to 2 lambda by a. हो गया. Now approximating sin theta will be approximately equal to theta 2 lambda by a. Theta dash, theta dash, theta dash. So we got the value of theta dash as 2 lambda by a. Theta का value कितना? Lambda by a. So the angle, the width of this bright band कितना होता है? The width of the first bright band will be equal to theta dash minus theta, that is 2 lambda by a minus lambda by a, which is going to be lambda. This is very important, bachcha log. This is very important. Now start comparing. Everyone. हो गया, हमारा topic तो हो गया. This is all it is. Right? What did we just arrive at, मेरा बच्चा लोग? The central light is having an angular width of 2 times lambda by a, whereas the first bright or first dark or the remaining all the bands will be having a width of lambda by a. What did we understand from here? What is the inference we have to make from here? The inference that we have to make here is the central bright band will be having an angular width twice that of the remaining bands. This is very important part of this diffraction. बहुत important है मतलब बच्चा लोग, ये तो बहुत important है. If you don't note it down, I'll say you're gonna lose a lot much of marks here. Okay, जल्दी से सिमी, श्रेया, अंकित, प्रशांत, मंगल, अरे everyone note कर ले. Okay, without waiting for anything, note कर ले जल्दी से फटाफट. Super clear है ना योगिता? ठीक है. If it is super clear, we're gonna start solving the problem. So I want everyone to give me the answers on the spot. Okay, you're in bits. Very good, Taran. Awesome, awesome. Good to know that you are learning in bits, Hannah. One of the prestigious schools, colleges. Note it down. Yogita, Ra, Simi, Myara, Adorable, Sana, Mithilesh. अरे बिल्कुल बढ़िया, बिल्कुल बढ़िया. Okay, okay. Once I come to Bangalore, Taran, Anna, I'll call you. ठीक है? Okay, very good, very good, very good. So ठीक है? Why we have to wait? Shall we get started with the question? Everyone, जल्दी से फटाफट. Okay, ठीक है. Question आ जाओ. Question आ जाओ. Okay. पहला वाला question आ गया. It's your responsibility to give me the answer as possible. जल्दी से बचा लो. Question is in front of you. Read it and give me the answer. Read it and give me the answer. I know that for the past 15 minutes, okay, you were waiting and listening to all the concept, and that is worth it. Bacha log. That 15 minutes of your life, and this is worth, because if you have listened to the concept, I think you might have understood this, and this diffraction topic is done after that. You don't have to spend any other time for learning the concepts after this. Okay, now read this particular question and give me the answer. Okay, you can make the guess, Taran. Adorable चुटकी 222222 बोल रहा है. अरे just look into the question and just give the answer. ठीक है ना? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So once I come back to Bangalore, there will be lot much of students waiting for me to meet, and I'll be the happiest teacher then. ठीक है? But if so many are coming, don't ask me for treat, है ना? ठीक है? Okay. It's your first class. I hope you're happy. ठीक है? Now, shall we do this? So many are telling, sir, we don't know how to deal with this. देख ले. A diffraction pattern due to a single slit has been obtained using a beam of red light. On replacing the red light with violet, मतलब red is the one with a larger wavelength. Once we turn into violet, and violet is something with a smaller value wavelength. So once you change from red to violet, what you're doing? You are making the wavelength to move from a large value to a छोटू value. ठीक है? What will happen to the diffraction pattern? अरे देख ले, we know that the width of the central maxima is having a width of 2 times lambda by a, isn't it? Do you agree with me? Now, if the wavelength is decreased, है ना, red becomes violet, wavelength is decreased. If wavelength is decreased, what will happen? The width will become decreased. Width decrease मतलब अरे narrow हो जाएगा the entire diffraction pattern and the pattern becomes so close, मतलब it will be crowded also. So we'll be having the answer 2 as our answer. Is it clear? Arey clear. Sir, looking smart. Arey, thank you. हो गया clear. Right? Okay. So जल्दी से बोल दे सर, अगला क्वेश्चन दे दे, जल्दी से फटाफट दे दे क्वेश्चन. Okay. So I'll give you the next question here. Okay. Next question is right in front of you. अरे तरन मुझे ट्री दे देगा. Chashmi Shamir sir. Okay, I was not having chashma at that point of time, है ना. अरे तरन, let me warn you, I eat lot of chicken, है ना, बहुत ज़्यादा cost हो जाएगा if you are giving treat, ठीक है. अगला क्वेश्चन तो आ गया मेरा बच्चा लोग. अगला क्वेश्चन तो आ गया. So start doing it and I am looking into the chat box. So जल्दी से just give me the correct answer. फटाफट से. अरे ये तो simple question. I already have told you how to deal with this. Go for it, मेरा बच्चा लोग. Answers. Can I expect the answer anytime soon? I'm giving you time so that everybody can do it. So I'm thinking everybody is utilizing this time to give me the correct answers. Answers. अरे ठीक है, बोल दो. अरे सब एवरीवन आदेश दे रहे, सर उधर रुक ले, ठीक है. ओके ठीक है. आई एम सो ईगर टू विजिट बैंगलोर. बहुत सारा ट्रीट मिल जाएगा मुझे. हाँ मेरा बोल दे. ओके, आफ्टर सम टाइम यू गाइस विल इवन से दैट सर आप प्लीज हट जाओ क्लास से, वील जस्ट वांट टू सी सम मूवी इन द बोर्ड देयर. हाँ सर इज गोना. अरे कंजूसी वाला सना आ गया हमको, है ना. वी हैव सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स ऑफरिंग मी फूड हियर एंड कंजूसी सना आ गया एंड शी इज लाइक आस्किंग ट्रीट फ्रॉम मी. अरे सना क्यों? अरे देख ले, लेट्स डू दिस. In an experiment of a single slit diffraction, the width of the slit width, what did we expressed as A? It is given as 1.2 micrometer, मतलब 10 power minus 6 meter given है, ठीक है. Okay, now half the angular width of central maxima is observed equal to be pi by 6. अरे do you remember what was the formula for angular width of central maxima? अरे width of central maxima was 2 lambda by a. And is the entire lambda by a value given here? बिल्कुल नहीं. Here half the angular width is given. So half the angular width कितना आता है? Half by here, half by here. मतलब that will be lambda by a. Okay, half the angular width theta is given as lambda by a. लेकिन देख ले, do you remember this theta was not originally theta. Sin theta was actually approximated as theta. Do you remember हमारा derivation time? मतलब the actual theta is sin theta actually. Why we are introducing sin theta here बच्चा लोग? Because theta is not so small here. It is having some value of pi by 6. ठीक है, sin value can be found out. So I am taking back the function of sin to this particular formula. Okay. Sin theta pi by 6 दे दिया है. What is pi by 6, which is 30 degrees. Sin 30 1 by 2. Okay, this a comes to the left hand side as a numerator into a is equal to lambda. ठीक है. So wavelength lambda is a question, so just substitute for a A is how much? 1.2. 1.2 into 10 power minus 6 by 2 is equal to lambda. That is 0.6. कितना होता है? 0.6 into 10 power minus 6. 0.6 into 10 power minus 6 or 6000 into 10 power minus 10 will be lambda, which is 6000 angstrom. हो गया हमारा आंसर, which is कौन सा है हमारा आंसर? कौन सा है? चलो ऑप्शन 4 है हमारा करेक्ट आंसर. आ गया समझ? क्लियर? Is it clear? अरे Tharan, you have to know that ये तो YouTube पे बहुत सारा लोग दिखता है. Okay, if you call all come to Bangalore, ठीक है, everyone will be coming to Bangalore by expecting you, ठीक है. But I don't know how much you earn nowadays. At least you'll have to spend है ना बहुत सारा, because there are so many people who are food lovers. मुझे तो पता है, ठीक है. उधर आकर उतना खाएगा उतना आएगा, अब तो बहुत तंग हो जाएगा. ओके, समझ में आ गया हाउ दिस क्वेश्चन इज डन? चलो बोल दे श्रेया, बट माय आंसर इज रॉन्ग सर. अरे कोई बात नहीं, अब तो करेक्ट कर ले. वॉट एवर वॉज योर रॉन्ग है ना, वॉट एवर वॉज योर मिस्टेक, it was maybe because of the misconcept we had. Maybe the concept was not so clear, but I suppose अब तो concept clear हो गया. अरे बोल दो बच्चा लोग, हो गया concept clear अच्छे से? जल्दी बोल जल्दी बोल जल्दी बोल. Is the concept clear अच्छे से after doing these problems? Okay Shreya, correct answer मिथिलेश. Okay, so we are proceeding further. कोई doubts कुछ नहीं है ना? doubts कुछ वगैरह कुछ नहीं? योग्यता मिथिलेश, ठीक है. अगला क्वेश्चन कर ले. Okay, I'm just holding the phone, I'm just standing here. आप लोग read the question and give me the answer. हो गया तो बता दे, हो गया तो बता दे जल्दी फटाफट. Is it clear? Okay, so everyone is going with the option of become half. वो करेक्ट है क्या? अरे बिल्कुल, ये तो करेक्ट है. एंगुलर विड्थ बिकम हाफ, ये तो करेक्ट है. शैल वी डू दिस? देख ले कैसे. Question is, what happens to the angular width of a central fringe of a single slit diffraction if the slit width is doubled? मतलब slit width, how do you represent? A dash. The new slit width, if it is equal to 2 times the initial slit width, what will happen to the angular width of the central maxima? How to do this? Array, just write down the formula for width of the central bright. Formula क्या है? 2 times lambda by A, isn't it? Whenever the slit width is A. Let's see, whenever we make a change in the slit width, what will happen? Now, the new width of the central bright WCB dash is equal to 2 lambda by, is it A right now? No, right now it is 2 times the initial value, क्योंकि in the question it tells it is becoming doubled. So ये हो जाएगा 2A. अरे 2 lambda by A, can I substitute? For 2 lambda by A, can I substitute? Yes, I can substitute it as initial width divided by 2 will be equal to, अरे क्यों हो गए? That will be equal to the new width. मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? Once the slit width is actually doubled here, the width of the central maxima, angular width, आधा हो जाएगा, half हो जाएगा. Clear? Is it clear? जल्दी फटाफट बोल दे. I'm just gonna move the screen right now. Okay? Okay. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आ गया, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आ गया. आई विल बी जस्ट गिविंग यू 20 सेकेंड्स. ओके, छोटू सा क्वेश्चन है, सो जल्दी से कर ले, जल्दी से कर ले मेरे बच्चा लोग. अरे ये तो सिंपल है. In a diffraction pattern obtained in okay, we'll make it as a double slit. Okay, okay, single slit. ठीक है. Okay, single slit diffraction experiment here. The width of the central bright maxima is how many times width of the other maxima? We already have done this. Okay, because the width of the central maxima is 2 times lambda by a. What is the width of other maxima? That is lambda by a. मतलब the width of the central maxima is 2 times. देख ले twice. Okay, twice as the width of the other maxima. Right? It is actually a question coming from the concept only, directly from the concept. हो गया समझ? अरे हो गया समझ, जल्दी बोल दे. ओके, समझ तो होना ही चाहिए. अगला क्वेश्चन. कितना क्वेश्चन बाकी है? अरे लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, एंड छोटा सा और कॉन्सेप्ट भी बाकी है. वील हैव टू mark the differences between this interference and diffraction, which is another important part. If it's a subjective question, you will be asked this particular question by the board examination, so don't miss it. First give me the answer for this, then we'll go for it. Everyone, उसका आंसर क्या है? जल्दी 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 जल्दी. नेहा बोल रहा है कि बी. श्रेया इज लाइक डी ऑप्शन करेक्ट है. कान से क्यों? अरे कुछ ना कुछ बोल दे. व्हाई कांट यू से समथिंग? व्हाई यू से ऑप्शन 4? यू कांट से व्हाई? कुछ ना कुछ कह सकता है ना. नेहा इज लाइक बी. हाँ यशुतोष, हेलो. श्रेया कुमारी, बी ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट. adorable decrease. ओके, देख ले. What is happening? In an experiment of a single slit diffraction, the distance between the screen and the slit is increased by 5 centimeter. Array, we have the slit here. ठीक है? We have the screen here. We usually mark this distance by the letter D. We are increasing this particular D by 5 centimeter. Question is, what will happen to the angular width? Array, angular width formula is lambda by A, isn't it? Do we have this term of capital D in the equation for angular width? Nahi. So if you are changing D, nothing will happen to the angular width. It remains the same as lambda by A, or it remains as a constant. So option 3 is the correct answer. What is it? Option 3 हमारा correct answer है. आ गया समझ, isn't it? सिंगल सा छोटू सा कॉन्सेप्ट है मेरा. चलो उतना तो नहीं. Okay, सिंगल सा छोटू सा कॉन्सेप्ट है. Now last part, let's say. Okay, and if we have more time, we'll try to discuss something new also, something innovative and something a bit tough also. Okay, what we're going to do, we are going to write down the difference between the interference, okay, and the diffraction here. Tell me, in interference, what we can note pehle. The first point we can notice, right, all the bands, whether it is a bright band, central bright band, dark bands, all are having equal width, right? All bands have equal width. But what about differentiation? No. The central bright CB has double the width here, है ना? Double the width. Array, everyone, please note down all these points. It's very important. Okay, ये तो बहुत important है. Here bands are of equal width, but in the case of diffraction pattern है ना, central bright will be having double the width. Very important. Mark कर लेंगे. Okay, next thing. Next thing क्या होता है? अरे, here all will be having the same intensity. All the bands will be having same intensity or brightness. What about diffraction? Is that the same? No. As we move away from the central maximum, intensity decreases. Yes or no? और क्या? Intensity decreases. Right? As we move away from central bright. As we move away from the central bright, the intensity keeps on decreasing. फिर क्या? Can anyone tell me what are the differences? Can anyone give me the? Huh? Can anyone give me that? Can anyone else? अरे adorable चुटकी ने बोल दिया कि हाँ decrease हो रहा है. Now what is the other difference? देख ले. In the case of interference, we have two light waves, right, to undergo interference. But in the case of diffraction, from a single slit, we are having a family of waves, right? Because we know that all the points on that wavefront will be acting as another secondary source. From all the secondary sources, so many waves are coming, right? So here in diffraction, we can say it is a family of waves which is undergoing the superposition to form the bright points and the dark bands here. ठीक है, फिर क्या है difference? Last difference you can say. Here, for a path difference of lambda, what will we get? We will get a bright point. But here, for a path difference of lambda, what are we gonna get? Array, we'll be getting dark region only. So this is the main differences between interference and diffraction. जल्दी से जल्दी से नोट कर ले. अरे बहुत बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है वो. चलो, अरे मिथिलेश, वेरी गुड. ओके, यू आर ऑन ट्रैक है ना, गिविंग मी दी आंसर्स ऐसे ऐसे. गुड गुड गुड, कीप इट अप. बिल्कुल बढ़िया. नोट किया सबने? अरे श्रेया, मिथिलेश, सब नोट किया. ऑसम ऑसम मेरा बच्चा लोग, बिल्कुल बढ़िया, सब अच्छा चल रहा है. Okay, noting, learned it. Array, you already by hearted. That's an awesome thing. Okay, next question se pehle we have a small concept to learn, right? Okay, you don't have to learn it to its deep. Okay, just listen to whatever I have to say. Based on that, we'll do another question. Is it fine? We are going to compare more of this interference and diffraction. Are you ready? Okay, dekh le everybody here. Now, in the case of Young's double slit experiment, there was two slits, where it forms interference on this particular screen. Now, obviously it has two different slits, and from each of the slit, can't they undergo diffraction also? Once again, in the Young's double slit experiment, we have two different slits which undergoes interference, but think that in the Young's double slit experiment itself, these two slits, try to consider it as two different slits. Won't these two different slits be undergoing diffraction? Yes. So actually in the Young's double slit experiment, don't get confused, okay? I'll explain. In the Young's double slit experiment, the whatever pattern was obtained on the screen was actually the combination of the double slit interference and the single slit diffraction. What did I say once again? What did I say? In the Young's double slit experiment, the net pattern that we have obtained is the superposition of single slit interference pattern and single slit diffraction pattern and the double slit interference pattern. I'll make it more clear to you. Take it. Wasn't this our double slit interference pattern? Yes. So here we have one slit, here we have another slit, Array, these two slits, won't they be forming diffraction pattern here? Yes, they will be forming the diffraction pattern. Let me say that the diffraction pattern here is like this, the central bright. On either side of it, we have the first minima. Then we have the first maxima. Okay, it keeps on happening. At the same time, along with the diffraction pattern happening here, array ye to double slit hai, there will be what? There will be interference pattern also. Let me say this is the central bright. Okay, then we have dark on either sides. Then we have bright on either side. Matlab, in the double slit, actually, this will be the combination of the diffraction pattern and the interference pattern. Is it clear? Is it clear? Array, is it clear? आ रहा है समझ? आ रहा है समझ? Okay. Sometimes question can come like this. देख ले. This is the central bright of diffraction pattern. Inside the central bright of diffraction pattern, you can see that many bright bands of interference patterns are being formed. Can you see that? देख ले central bright of interference, the first maxima, the first bright bands of interference pattern. Similarly, we can expect so many bright bands to be formed inside the central bright of diffraction pattern. Okay, because ये तो combination है. Questions can come like this. Okay, what kind of questions you can expect sometimes? Question can be the number of maxima, the number of interference maximas formed inside the central bright of the diffraction pattern. How will we do that? How can we do that? Very simple. Find out the total width of diffraction pattern divided by the width of each bright bands or each maxima point of the interference pattern. Tell me what will be the width of a single bright band. That is equal to lambda capital D divided by small d, isn't it? Okay, now total width divided by width of a single bright band will give us the total number of bright bands of interference pattern that can be formed within the central bright region. Is it clear? Okay, now we have to substitute for this width of the central bright of diffraction. Do you remember formula kya tha? Angular width kitna tha? Remember? Yaad hai kya? Angular width was 2 times lambda by a. But we don't want angular width, we want this particular distance. Let us call it as y. Kaise? How will we do that? Listen to me here. देख ले in the figure. Okay. This theta is actually 2 times lambda by a. This angle is 2 lambda by a. Now you know that angle is equal to opposite side, which is this y, divided by adjacent. If we mark this as d, the distance between the slit and the screen. Yes or no? Angle is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Now the width of the central max y will be equal to 2 times lambda capital D by a. Is it okay? Y will be equal to 2 times lambda capital D by a. Is it clear? Now just substitute it here. Width of the central bright of diffraction is equal to 2 times lambda capital D divided by a, the whole divided by lambda d by छोटू d. ये d है ना, ऊपर हो जाएगा, lambda d cancels. So the number is equal to 2 times small d by a. And here it is. Is this clear? अरे ये तो clear है क्या? Simple, right? Okay, and that was the last topic from diffraction. Okay, and on Friday at 8 p.m. we'll be having the Menti quiz from this chapter, as we have completed almost all the topics. But on Monday we'll be having a chotuza or topics, because you know that most of the remaining topics, ठीक है, मतलब polarization and all are deleted, but we'll be taking those topics from polarization which is still there for the examination. We'll do some questions on this particular Monday at 8 p.m. ठीक है. Next class is on Friday and Mondays at 8 p.m. ठीक है. क्लियर योग्यता म्यारा आ गया. क्वेश्चन दे दो सर. एवरीवन इज लाइक सर क्वेश्चन दे दो. क्वेश्चन दे सकता है. अरे इसका फॉर्मूला डोंट फॉरगेट 2 स्मॉल d by a. सर वी वांट सम क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है. इफ यू वांट सम क्वेश्चन दे दूंगा ना आपका भैया. इतना अच्छा है आप सब लोगों को भैया. सो दे दिया क्वेश्चन. सो कर ले एवरीवन. Okay, so the question is right in front of you. So कर ले. Sir, once I guess, I'm not sure, but I saw you driving a black car of KL registration near Bangalore Palace Road, I think, of 5th option. अरे बिल्कुल नहीं. I left Bangalore on December 27th. So you can't see me on 5th. Obviously, I do have a black car. So of KL registration, obviously. ठीक है, it's not me. Okay, लगता है कि मेरा दूसरा person है. Answer? Anyone? ഒരു നിമിഷം സാറേ. Mira is like 1 minute sir. Okay, shall I do? Everyone is telling the answer as 3. Okay, here it goes. Do you remember the formula which we have derived some moments before? Kya tha? N is equal to 2 small d by a. What was n? The number of interference bright band formed within the central bright of diffraction pattern n is equal to 2 with distance between the two slits divided by slit width a. ठीक है. n वैल्यू दे दिया है कि 10 is equal to 2. d कितना है? 1 millimeter. ठीक है. The whole divided by a. So a कितना हो गया? That is equal to 2 by 10 millimeter और 0.2 millimeter. हो गया हमारा ऑप्शन 4 ऐसा आंसर. Okay. Clear, 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 clear. Is it clear मेरे बच्चा लोग? जल्दी. Is this topic clear? मतलब the entire topic of diffraction, not just this question, the entire topic of diffraction. If you have any doubts, it's your time to get it cleared. The chat box is open for every one of you. ठीक है. Okay, so here in the chat box, the talk is all about how I travel, whether it is in cycle, yeah, it's in car. Cycle में जा रहा है या car में जा रहा है. So the chat box is going so viral with that. Array, I travel in both. Whenever I travel so long, है ना, I usually take my car or bike or else cycle. Okay. Clear? I'm just waiting here. I'm just looking into the chat box. Okay, just not because I'm jobless. It's just because I'm waiting whether you have any options, whether you have any doubts here. अरे wrong तो होता है मिथिलेश. Okay, to correct all your mistake है ना, आपका भैया इधर है तो correct करेगा आप लोगों को. जितने बार mistake करा दो, I'll be there to correct your mistake. So try to learn all the topics बच्चा लोग and come for the Friday's Menti quiz at 8 p.m. prepared. How many of you are going to be there with complete preparation? Okay, and think that yes, somehow I'm going to be on top of Menti. And बहुत दिन हो गया ना Menti quiz करके. I also forgot about this Menti है ना, बहुत दिन हो गया Menti करके. So jaldi se tell me, how many of you are going to be there? No doubts, Miara, Sudeep, no doubts, everything is clear for Yogita. Okay, so let's proceed. अरे हो गया, क्लास तो हो गया. Okay, अरे don't think that I run on air or something and I can go on with the classes ऐसे. ठीक है, मुझे कुछ खाना है ना. 1.5 hour हो गया क्लास करके. I'll go eat something. Okay. Three musketeers will be there. ठीक है, let's see who's going to be on the top. Yogita, Shreya, everyone. Okay. Okay, very good, Mithilesh. That's the spirit. That's the spirit I want. Mithilesh is like, sir, from next time onwards, ठीक है, I'm gonna give all the correct answer. अरे शीतल, अमीर सर का कोड क्या है? अरे कोड नहीं पता है हमारा. I'll tell you मेरा कोड. It's A, it's M, it's B, it's 10. हमारा कोड है MB10. सर डोसा और इडली मुझे. अरे देयर इज अ वेरी गुड प्लेस आई हैव फाउंड इन बैंगलोर है ना, डोसा वाला प्लेस. इट्स रियली गुड, ऑसम है. ओके. Okay, now thank you so much everyone. I hope you enjoyed the class, understood all the concepts here, and looking forward to meet every one of you on this Friday at 8 p.m. for our mentee session. ठीक है? Now, बच्चे लोग, those who haven't made the subscription yet to Unacademy, जल्दी से आ जाओ मेरे बच्चे लोग. ठीक है, किसको वेट कर रहा है? Now, even if you make the subscription right now, offers चल रहा है. Extra 3 months का subscription free मिल जाएगा. Only if you are one of the first 500 subscribers, and if you want 10% of discount, हमारा code use कर ले. Someone was also asking here, तो code दे रहा है मैं. ठीक है, I usually don't give my code to everyone. ठीक है, बट मेरा बच्चा लोग है ना, सो दे रहा है. ठीक है, हमारा कोड है AMB10. हमारा एंटायर फिजिक्स लोगों का कोड है AMB10. यूज इट, गेट द सब्सक्रिप्शन एंड हैव एन हेल्थी अमेजिंग सुपर ग्रेट लाइफ. लेट्स से बच्चे लोग, दी अदर बैचेस व्हाट इज हैपनिंग फॉर क्लास 11th, लेट्स से देख ले, मेरा पिक्चर भी है. ओके, दिस इज फॉर क्लास 12. as you can see, teachers are taking, you can come and join for the classes. Okay, moving on. Special class ka timetable I'll be soon updating you. The features of special classes you can see it here. Okay, jao bhai. Okay, now thank you so much bacha log, dhanyawad. And you can do a small favor, a small thing to your Ameer bhaiya. Move your cursor, click on that like button, and do let me know that you have enjoyed the class. Everyone here, everyone. सर भाई AMB10 नॉट यूज इन Amazon पे यूज करते हैं आजकल. मुझे पता नहीं वेयर ऑल यू गाइस आर यूजिंग. अरे इफ यू यूज AMB10 इट विल ओनली वर्क इन Unacademy. ठीक है. Okay, so I think it's time for me to leave. मेरा बच्चा लोग, bye everyone. Those who haven't subscribed, you all can make the subscription. Good night everyone. See you all on this Friday at 8 p.m. for our Mega Mentee quiz. Let's see who's going to be on the top. Okay, so bye bye. Take care till then.